As I'm recording this, yesterday, I watched the dignified transfer of the bodies of 6 Americans killed not in Iran, but in this war with Iran. And I call it a war because they can call it conflict all you want to. They call Vietnam a conflict too. I wasn't a veteran of Vietnam, but I'm a veteran of the Vietnam era. And I was old enough to have some idea what was going on, and I had cousins who served in Vietnam. I have a brother who served 2 combat tours in Iraq. I myself served 9 years in the Navy. And please don't, because this is an aircraft carrier, please don't get the idea that that means Air Force. The Air Force does not have aircraft carriers. I saw an Air Force pilot try to land on an aircraft carrier one time, and after about the 6th go around, he gave up. So, big difference. Now, there's not a huge difference between the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds because they have the same basic mission and they do, they're highly accomplished pilots in both cases. But having served during times of tension, including the Iran hostage crisis of 1979 and 80, including, and we, on my first Westpac, we actually did pick up some Vietnamese boat people. So I've been exposed to tension, at the very least. I have people close to me who have been exposed to outright combat. And a war is a war is a war. Conflict, my family, okay? It's a war. Now, there is absolutely nothing glorious about war. We are not Klingons. I'm kind of a Trekkie, so. There is nothing glorious about war. It's ugly business that it's unfortunate that mankind gets into all the time, but we're too blasted stupid not to, I guess. I don't know. But while war itself is not glorious, and people dying is a sad thing, and I'll tell you, as far as I'm concerned, it's just as sad that the Ayatollah died as it is that these 6 Americans I watched come home in transfer cases, as they euphemistically call them, yesterday, died. It's sad for anybody to die violently, and that includes not only victims of war, but also victims of crime. But these 6 people, and I know this from being a veteran, these 6 people volunteered for, and they were all, I believe, Army Reserve or National Guard. I don't think any of them were full-time Army. But, or as they would call it, regular Army. But even if they were, any way you cut it, they volunteered to defend their country. You don't go into that ignoring the fact that you could end up dead. You go into it praying you don't die. You go into it praying that the guys that you're close to and the women don't die. But you go into it knowing that that's a possibility. Even though most of my 9 years of service was in peacetime. Twice I had the opportunity to die for my country just by being blown off the flight deck. Actually, probably more than that, but those 2 times I almost was. Now, put your life on the line like that for the country. You don't do that because you hate our country's enemies. You do that because you love our country and its people and its culture. And that deserves being honored. That deserves being named as a hero, even though the business you were involved in is not glorious. So today, let's take a minute. Let's honor Major Jeffrey O'Brien. Let's honor Captain Cody Cork. Let's honor Chief Warrant Officer Robert Marzin. Let's honor Sergeant First Class Nicole Emher. And if I mispronounce some names, I'm sorry. Let's honor Sergeant First Class Noah Teichin. And let's honor Sergeant Declan Cody. Those are the 6 people who came home. Well, their remains came home. Their spirits live on wherever. But their remains came home yesterday to Dover Air Force Base and from there to their respective hometowns for funeral services and burial. Now, those people are heroes. But so are the ones who were willing to give their life, but weren't actually called on to do it. And we can't honor all of them by name. That's, at any given time, there's over 1 million. We'd be here till doomsday day, as Yosemite Sam might put it. But we can remember them. We can be glad they're out there. We can be glad that thanks to them, we can crawl into bed at night and sleep soundly. Because we're not worried about an invasion of our homeland. We're not worried about, and we can include in that, by the way, the people who put their lives on the line locally. Our police officers, our firefighters. When I go to bed at night, I always think, I can sleep soundly tonight because there are guys in this town that if the siren goes off, they volunteer to come try to drag me out of a burning house. And that wouldn't be an easy job. There are guys in this town that they're full-time, they're paid. But the sheriff and his deputies, that if somebody breaks into my house, they will respond. Now, I'm a believer in the Second Amendment, and I am armed. So, if they break into my house, the sheriff may be coming to collect their remains, but because I will defend myself. But just the same, those guys are out there, and women, and because of them, I can go ahead and crawl in bed at night and sleep just as soundly as I want to sleep, or as my body will allow anyway, advanced age. Keep that in mind. Yeah, those 6 names I read off, they're heroes. But there's a lot of heroes out there. And we live quietly and comfortably because of them.